Alright, this chapter starts like a peaceful dinner scene, the kind that almost makes you forget how many enemies Qin Chen already has. But of course, the universe refuses to let him relax for even one meal, because while he's eating hot soup with friends, someone else is already planning how to kill him. After joking with Xiao King, Qin Chen sits down with everyone in the private room of Wen Leaf restaurant. The atmosphere is rare and relaxed. Zhang Xiaoshui is busy cooking, showing off his mountain village skills, while Luke Xu and Zun Yu help prepare the table. Qin Chen pats Xiao King's head and complains that this guy inherited none of the good traits of his ancestor Qi Niu, only the lazy ones. He says in a few days they will go to Ming Mountain and he will find some good food for him there. The moment Xiao King hears that, his tears disappear instantly and his eyes start shining. Qin Chen shakes his head helplessly. This guy really is hopeless. Still, he knows the bloodline inside Xiao King is real. Even if he looks like a lazy cow now, once the bloodline awakens, he could become as strong as the ancient divine beast Qi Niu. Content reference oocyte 0 index equals 0 inside the room. Everyone laughs and talks freely, feeling like real brothers already. But in another private room in the same restaurant, the mood is completely different. Prince Ming Qi sits at the table, face dark, eyes full of killing intent. One of his followers reports that Ming Yu became crown prince, consort Xu became noble consort, and even the Qin family received rewards. All because of Qin Chen. Ming Qi slams the table and says Ming Yu alone could never become crown prince. Everything happened because Qin Chen solved the secret of the Qingyan sword and King Yu sword, forcing the emperor to keep his promise. Then Fang Shicheng speaks. He says Qin Chen is currently in Heavenly God Academy, preparing for the inner court trial in 10 days. During that trial, both new and old students will enter Ming Mountain. Accidents happen there all the time. If Ming Qi gives the order, Fang Yuan society can make sure Qin Chen never comes back. Ming Qi's eyes light up immediately. He says if Qin Chen dies when he becomes emperor in the future, Fang Shicheng and Yuan Gang will both become nobles. Both of them bow happily. Right at that moment, the door opens again. Another young man walks in. Ming Yan, son of Prince Yu. Ming Qi laughs and asks why he finally showed up. Ming Yan says his father has been injured recently, so he could not leave. Then he says something shocking. His father was not injured by assassins. He was crippled by Qin Chen. The room goes silent. Ming Qi stands up immediately. Because the official story said Prince Yu was hurt protecting the emperor. Only the emperor and Ming Yu know the truth. Now he finally hears it. Again Qin Chen. Everything connects back to this one person. Ming Yan's eyes burn with hatred. He says if Qin Chen is not killed, he cannot swallow this anger. Right then, a servant rushes in and whispers something. Ming Qi frowns and asks what it is. The servant says Qin Chen and Qin Hai are eating right now in this very restaurant. Before Ming Qi can react, Ming Yan jumps up. He says he will kill Qin Chen himself and see what the crown prince can do about it. He storms out immediately with his guards. Ming Qi doesn't stop him. Instead, he smiles coldly and says this has nothing to do with him. If Ming Yan kills Qin Chen, good. If Qin Chen kills Ming Yan, even better. Because then Qin Chen will be in real trouble. Back in the private room, Qin Chen and the others are finally ready to eat. Zhang Xiaoshui proudly brings out turtle soup, saying it's his best dish. Everyone laughs and starts eating. For a moment, Qin Chen feels something rare. After 9 lives, endless battles, endless enemies, moments like this are the ones he values the most. Then boom, the door explodes open. Several figures rush in. A sword flies through the air and slams into the middle of the table, breaking it apart. Hot soup spilling everywhere. A young man walks in slowly, hands behind his back, eyes full of mockery. Go eat in hell, Qin Chen. Qin Chen looks up at him calmly, and frowns slightly, because he doesn't even remember who this idiot is. Alright, this chapter goes from dinner to murder in about 3 seconds, and honestly at this point nobody should be surprised anymore. If you interrupt Qin Chen while he's eating, you're basically signing your own death certificate. We continue right after the door gets kicked open and the sword crashes into the table. Hot soup everywhere, table broken, everyone stunned. The young man standing at the door laughs loudly and says Qin Chen should go eat in hell. Qin Chen frowns, looks at him for a moment, then finally remembers. This guy's the son of Prince Yu. Ming Yan. The moment Ming Yan speaks, the room goes silent. He says because of Qin Chen, his father is still lying in bed, and today he came to settle the debt. Content reference oocyte 0 index equals 0 Luke Xuan, Zhang Xiaoshui, and Zun Yu all change expression instantly. Prince Yu is one of the emperor's closest brothers. His son is basically royal blood, and Qin Chen somehow offended him too. Qin Chen stands up slowly and asks calmly if his father didn't tell him what he should and should not do. That sentence alone almost makes Ming Yan explode. He shouts that he is the heir of Prince Yu, while Qin Chen is just a commoner, and today he will make sure the truth comes out. Qin Chen sighs. He was in a bad mood already after seeing Qin Chen. He only came here to relax. And now this idiot shows up. Ming Yan raises his hand, and the sword stuck in the table flies back toward him, controlled by spirit energy, shooting straight at Qin Chen. Spirit sea-level attack. Ast, to, deadly. Qin Chen doesn't even move his feet. He reaches out, grabs the sword in the air. The blade trembles violently in his hand, but it can't move. Then he says one sentence. Your father knelt in front of me to beg for mercy. What are you? Before anyone can react, he turns the sword around. Sat. The blade goes straight through Ming Yan's chest. Hoyer, erect. No hesitation. Ming Yan's eyes go wide, mouth open, but no sound comes out. Blood spreads across his clothes. He falls. The whole room freezes. Nobody breathes. Then the servants scream. The prince is dead. The heir is dead. At that moment, another door opens and several people rush in, leading them Ming Qi. He looks at the body on the ground, then at Qin Chen, and starts shaking. He shouts that Qin Chen dared to kill the heir of Prince Yu. But inside his eyes, there's also a flash of satisfaction. Because this time, the trouble is too big. Killing a prince once might be forgiven. Killing another royal? Impossible. He immediately orders the guards to arrest Qin Chen and throw him into prison. Qin Chen looks at him like looking at a clown, then says calmly this is the third time Ming Qi tried to mess with him. He reminds him he already killed Ming Xuan. He already crippled Prince Yu. Does he really think he is more important than them? Ming Qi's face turns pale, because he never knew for sure what happened in the palace that day. Now hearing Qin Chen say it directly, he starts feeling something is wrong. But before he can think more, Qin Chen picks up the sword again and walks toward him. 1 step, 2 steps. The killing intent in the room becomes so heavy nobody dares move. Ming Qi panics and screams for the guards to kill him. Several guards rush forward. Qin Chen swings the sword. Fast? Too fast. Even Spirit C6 level cannot block it. Right when the blade is about to reach Ming Qi, a loud shout comes from the stairs. Stop that! Everyone turns. Armored soldiers rush in. And behind Ming Yu, he runs in breathing heavily, face red, clearly came as fast as he could. The moment he sees Qin Chen holding the sword, he almost loses his soul. He shouts for Qin Chen to stop, saying Ming Qi offended him and deserves punishment, but this matter must be handled by the emperor. Then he turns and slaps Ming Qi so hard the whole room hears it. He says if Ming Qi says one more word, he will kill him himself. Everyone stands there frozen, because the crown prince is protecting Qin Chen again. Ming Yu immediately orders the soldiers to take Ming Qi away and says Ming Yan died while trying to kill someone in public, so he deserved it. Then he turns back to Qin Chen, bows slightly, and apologizes for ruining his dinner. Behind him, Lu Xiu and Zhang Xiaoshuai and Zhen Yu are still standing there with their mouths open. Zhang Xiaoshuai is still holding a turtle shell in his hand. He forgot to put it down, because right in front of him someone just killed a prince and the crown prince came to apologize for it. Alright, this chapter feels like the calm before a storm. No one is fighting yet, nobody dying yet, but you can tell something big is about to start. The inner court trial is coming, Ming Mountain is waiting, and Qin Chen is getting ready like someone who already knows exactly what's going to happen. After the mess at Wind Leaf Restaurant, Lu Xuan, Zhang Xiaoshuai, and Zhen Yu look at Qin Chen with completely different eyes. Before, they thought he was just strong. Now they know even the crown prince calls him Brother Qin. That means one thing. If Qin Chen gets angry, killing someone is not a problem at all. Qin Chen laughs when he sees their expressions and asks why they keep staring at him like he's some monster. Zhang Xiaoshuai finally can't hold it anymore and asks the question everyone wants to know. Why is the crown prince so polite to him? Qin Chen answers like it's nothing. He says he helped the emperor with something, so the emperor is grateful, and the crown prince just follows his father. The three of them look even more confused. Help the emperor? What kind of problem could the entire royal family not solve, but a 16-year-old solved? Zhang Xiaoshuai suddenly laughs and says from now on he will follow Qin Chen for sure. Lu Xuan also agrees immediately. They don't understand everything, but they understand enough. Staying close to Qin Chen means staying alive. After that, they change rooms, order more food, drink more wine, and the manager keeps sending the best dishes without even asking for money. Nobody says it out loud, but everyone knows why. Because Yu Ziking is here. Because Qin Chen is here. For the next few days, nothing big happens. Qin Chen stays in Win Leaf Restaurant training with Ling Xiaofai, occasionally checking on Xiao King, who is still lazy as always. Inside the room, Qin Chen sits cross-legged, spiritual energy moving through his body. 3 spirit seas rotate slowly inside him, each one connected to one of the 3 gates already opened. Inside each spirit sea, smaller streams of energy spin like stars around a core. He swallows another pill. Energy surges. The 4th gate begins to open. Meridians tremble, spiritual energy gathers, and slowly a new spirit sea forms. When the energy stabilizes, Qin Chen opens his eyes and breathes out. Spirit sea 4th level. He clenches his fist, feeling the power spread through his body. For normal cultivators, every level is difficult. For him, he already knows every mistake that could happen. Breaking through is just a matter of time. Ling Xiaofai walks in holding 2 pears, chewing happily, and asks if he broke through again. Qin Chen smiles and says even then he is still slower than her. She opened all 9 gates at once, forming 9 spirit seas directly, reaching 9th level in 1 step. Because she is not human, she is a divine beast. He pats her head and tells her to keep training the 9 nether art, because reaching transformation realm is only the beginning. She shakes her head and says she doesn't want to become strong. She just wants to stay with him. Qin Chen sighs and says if she wants to find her parents, she has to become strong. Because he also needs to become stronger. He still has people to find. Then he looks at Xiao King and tells him to come. They are going to Ming Mountain soon, and there will be good food there. The bull immediately gets excited and starts rubbing against him. Qin Chen kicks him lightly and tells him to stop acting cute and train properly. Time passes quickly. 10 days later, Qin Chen returns to Heavenly God Academy alone. On the inner court square, many disciples are already gathered, waiting for the trial to begin. Luke Xuan, Zhang Xiaoshuai, Zun Yu, and Qin Hai come over immediately. Qin Chen looks at them and nods, saying they clearly trained hard these days. Qin Hai says Qin Chen can already walk, but his cultivation is still weak. Qin Chen says it doesn't matter. After this trip, everything will be fixed. Luke Xuan says this trial is dangerous because the place in Ming Mountain is an area the academy never explored before. Zhang Xiaoshuai laughs and says with Qin Chen here, nothing is scary. Qin Chen agrees. They will move as one team. Right then, people around suddenly start whispering. A beautiful figure walks toward them. He is hiking, light blue dress, calm face, aura stronger than before. Qin Chen looks at her and asks, "You broke through again?" She nods. Spirit C6 level. Everyone around almost chokes. That speed is insane. Qin Chen thinks for a moment and says only one sentence. Still a bit slow. Luke Xuan and Zhang Xiaoshuai almost fall over. Hello? This is slow. Yi Ziking just nods seriously and says she will train harder. Because if Qin Chen says slow, then it means she really can go faster. Right at that moment, boom. A deep drum sound echoes across the square. Everyone turns. In the sky above the platform, several elders appear, floating in the air, looking down at all the disciples. The inner court trial is about to begin. Alright, this chapter is where the real trial finally begins. No more academy rules, no more teachers watching every move. Once they step into Ming Mountain, it's survival mode. And the academy makes it very clear this time if you're weak, nobody is saving you. On the inner court square, thousands of disciples gather, all waiting for the trial to start. Luke Xuan looks up and suddenly whispers that the 6 people floating in the sky are core elders. In Heavenly God Academy, elders wearing white robes are all spirit soul level or higher. Black robes are normal elders. Gray robes are inner court elders. White robes, those are the ones who truly control the academy. The moment the 6 core elders appear together, everyone gets nervous. That alone means this trial is not simple. One of the elders steps forward and tells everyone to stay quiet. Then he begins explaining the rules. This time, everyone entering Ming Mountain will have new information added to their identity tokens. Inside each token, there will be a spirit mark. This mark records their level during the trial. There are more than 100,000 disciples participating, from 1st level Spirit C to 9th level. Their mission is simple: hunt spirit beasts. Absorb the spirit essence into the token. Increase rank. Everyone starts at spirit rank. The more beasts you kill, the higher your rank goes. When the trial ends, the academy will rank everyone according to their mark level. Then the elder says the reward. Top 10 disciples will receive a 1st grade spirit pill, and they can choose any kind they want. The whole square explodes instantly. Spirit pills are insanely expensive. Even the lowest one costs more gold than most families can afford. And here, they can choose freely. But some people immediately start complaining. Top 10? With so many inner court monsters here, how could normal students compete? The elder smiles and says he is not finished. Anyone who reaches level 5 mark will also receive a first-grade spirit pill. Not by choice, but still a reward. Now everyone gets excited again. Level 5 is hard, but not impossible. Then the elder drops the final bomb. If someone reaches level 9 and enters top 10, they can go to Spirit Art Pavilion and Spirit Weapon Pavilion and choose one technique and one weapon freely. The entire square goes crazy. Those two places hold the best techniques in the academy. Even the royal family cannot compare. Some rumors say there are even 5th grade spirit weapons inside. Luke Xuan laughs bitterly and says level 9 sounds impossible. Zun Yu rarely speaks, but this time he says the harder the reward, the harder the trial. Everyone nods. This is not just hunting. This is competition. Stealing marks from other students is not forbidden, meaning this is also a battle between students. Qin Chen listens quietly. He doesn't care much about pills, but the Spirit Art Pavilion, there might be things inside that belong to his era. He looks at the others and says they will move as one team. If trouble comes, they handle it together. Everyone agrees immediately. Soon the elders finish speaking, and the gate of the academy opens slowly. A cold forest wind blows in from Ming Mountain. Everyone feels it. Threat, wild, dangerous. The elder's voice echoes one last time. Trial lasts 1 month. Do not go beyond the marked area. If you do, the academy will not guarantee your life. Then he says 2 words. Vidin. In one moment, thousands of disciples rush forward like a flood. Into the forest, into the mountains, into danger. Qin Chen, Qin Hai, Yu Ziking, Luke Xuan, Zhang Xiaoshuai, and Zun Yu move together, forming a small team and heading deep into Ming Mountain. Behind them, near the entrance, several figures stand still. One of them looks at Qin Chen's back and asks coldly, "Did you see him?" Another nods. "That's Qin Chen." The young man smiles slowly. Then this trip to Ming Mountain will be his grave. Alright, this chapter shows something very important. Qin Chen just entered Ming Mountain, but the funny part is he is not the only one hunting. Right now, everywhere in the forest, people are talking about him, looking for him, and planning how to kill him. This trial hasn't even started properly yet, and the killing intent is already everywhere. Not long after everyone enters Ming Mountain, different groups start spreading out. In one part of the forest, Zuxian walks together with Chu Ningxi, smiling confidently. He tells her not to worry. This time he will personally kill Qin Chen, and he will also make sure she enters the top 10, so she can get the pill she always wanted. Chu Ningxi smiles sweetly, saying she needs that pill to complete her dragon grasp palm, and if she gets it, she will definitely support Zuxian in front of Ling Tian, helping him become the leader of the Heavenly Sun faction inside the inner court. Content reference OSite: 0 index equals 0. Zuxian's eyes shine instantly. Inside Heavenly God Academy, the Heavenly Sun faction is the strongest group. Their leader, the Heavenly Sun, has even more authority than some elders. And recently, the Heavenly Sun has been training one person personally, Ling Tian. Everyone already knows he might become the next successor. And Chu Ning, she's Ling Tian's woman. If she speaks for him, Zuxian's future will rise fast. He laughs and says Qin Chen is just unlucky. Very unlucky. In another part of the mountain, S letter 1EDF Than H letter 1EA1C brings his younger brother S letter 1EDF Tiern KI letter 1EC7T to meet someone. A tall young man with cold eyes. D stroke letter 1ED3 Hoafong, one of the leaders of Fangyuan society. S letter 1EDF Than H letter 1EA1C introduces his brother and says he wants him to join Fangyuan society. D stroke letter 1ED3 Hoafong laughs and agrees immediately. Then S letter 1EDF Than H letter 1EA1C mentions Qin Chen. He says this kid used to be trash. His star gate was taken, but now suddenly he reached Spirit C 3rd level. D stroke letter 1ED3 Hoafong's eyes narrow. Someone who rises that fast definitely has a secret. He smiles and says good. If they meet him, they will kill him and at the same time see what fortune he got. The group speeds up and disappears deeper into the forest. In another direction, Liu Yuan walks with a group of Liu faction disciples, face full of hatred. She still cannot forget the slap at the academy gate. She swears this time she will kill Qin Chen and also tear Yi Ziking's face apart. Beside her, Liu Mu nods coldly. This time, no crown prince will appear. No one will protect them inside Ming Mountain. Everywhere in the forest, people move fast, forming teams, hunting beasts, watching each other, waiting for chances. And right now, Qin Chen's team stops inside a small valley. Yu Ziking looks forward and says there are more than 23 tail wolves ahead. Low-rank first-grade spirit beasts, perfect for training. Qin Chen smiles and looks at Luke Xuan, Zhang Ziaoshui, Zun Yu, and Qin Hai. He says this is their chance. The four of them rush forward immediately. Luke Xuan swings his blade, strong and steady. Zun Yu moves like a shadow with his dagger. Zhang Ziaoshui roars and smashes wolves with his iron staff like breaking wood. Qin Hai uses spirit flame art, every palm strike burning hot, forcing the wolves back. More than 20 wolves, not enough to stop them. Qin Chen sits on a rock calmly, watching. Yi Ziking stands beside him, whip at her waist. For a moment, the scene looks peaceful. Qin Chen suddenly looks at the whip and asks to see it. She hands it over. He checks it once and says, the material is good, but the weapon pattern inside is weak. Then he raises his hand, spirit energy forming a pattern in the air, lines twisting together like living runes. Yi Ziking's eyes widen, because what he just showed is weapon inscription, and not the level ordinary craftsmen know. Qin Chen smiles slightly. In Ming Mountain, people want to kill him everywhere, but right now he is just casually improving a weapon. Like this whole trial is nothing more than a walk in the forest. Alright, this chapter really shows what this trial is actually about. At first everyone thought it was just hunting spirit beasts, but now it's obvious. This is not a hunting trip. This is a ranking war, and the real way to level up is not killing beasts, it's killing other people. After finishing the fight with the three-tailed wolves, Qin Hai takes out his identity token and checks the mark inside. A beam of light appears above the token, but the result is disappointing. The mark only increases a tiny bit, not even close to the next level. Luke Xu and sighs and says if this continues, they would need to kill hundreds of low-rank spirit beasts just to increase one level. That means reaching level 9 is almost impossible by hunting alone. Qin Chen nods and says the academy never planned for everyone to level up by killing beasts. The real meaning of this trial is competition. If everyone reaches level 2 or 3 and stronger students start stealing marks from weaker ones, then the levels will rise much faster. Everyone understands immediately. This is not just survival. This is hunting each other. Qin Hai becomes serious and says the Heavenly Sun faction will definitely not let Qin Chen go this time. Inside the academy, Ling Tian is already being trained personally by the Heavenly Sun, and the Heavenly Sun faction has roots everywhere in the inner court. If Chu Ningxi and Ling Tian want revenge, they will send people, and this time, nobody will stop them inside Ming Mountain. Qin Chen just smiles and says if they come, he will kill them. He even says he wants to reach level 9 anyway, so if people bring marks to him, that saves time. Everyone looks at him and doesn't know whether to laugh or worry, because somehow he always says crazy things, and somehow he always does them. The group keeps moving deeper into the mountains. For the next few days, they don't rush. Whenever they find low-rank spirit beasts, Qin Hai, Luke Xuan, Zhang Ziaoshui, and Zun Yu fight. Qin Chen and Yi Ziking only watch. For them, these beasts are too weak to train with, but for the others, every fight helps. During these days, Zhang Ziaoshui finally breaks through to Spirit C second level, shouting so loudly the whole valley echoes. Everyone laughs and the mood becomes lighter. At night, they find a cave and sit down to rest. After watching them train for several days, Qin Chen suddenly says he wants to give them some advice. The moment he says that, everyone sits straight, because they already know. When Qin Chen talks about cultivation, it changes everything. He looks at Luke Xu and first and asks if he is using break step blade art. Luke Xuan is shocked. That technique is rare, and Qin Chen only watched him for a few days. Qin Chen explains that the core of the technique is not the blade, but the steps. His blade is strong, but his movement is stiff, so the power cannot fully come out. He even points out a mistake from today's fight, saying the reason his blade got stuck in the beast's bone was because his step was wrong. Luke Xuan stands there stunned. Everything Qin Chen says is correct. Then Qin Chen explains how to adjust the footwork, how to change the angle, how to release power faster. Luke Xu and bows immediately, thanking him like thanking a master. Zhang Ziaoshui jumps up and shouts that he wants advice too. Qin Chen laughs and says don't rush. He goes through each person one by one. Zun Yu's movement, Zhang Ziaoshui's strength control, Qin Hai's flame technique. Every sentence hits the exact problem they have been stuck on. After a while, all four of them look at Qin Chen like they are looking at something impossible. Because the way he explains is not like someone guessing. It feels like someone who already trained these techniques himself. Finally, Qin Hai shakes his head and laughs bitterly. His third brother, after losing his Stargate, became someone even he cannot understand anymore. Outside the cave, night wind blows through the forest. The trial has only just begun, but somewhere in the mountains, many people are already searching for one name, Qin Chen. Alright, this chapter is where things finally get dangerous for real. No more easy training, no more low-rank beasts. Qin Chen starts moving outside the safe zone, and the moment he does that, the level of danger jumps instantly. And of course, the first one to get thrown into the fight is Yiziking. After giving everyone advice about cultivation, Qin Chen suddenly stands up and says he's leaving for a while. Qin Hai immediately asks where he is going, because it's already night, and nobody moves alone in Ming Mountain at night unless they want to die. Qin Chen says he needs to find a medicinal herb for Qin Chen, and the herb is not inside the trial area. The moment he says that, everyone freezes. Outside the trial area means real Ming Mountain, not the safe zone. Out there, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, even 4th grade spirit beasts exist. Qin Hai refuses immediately, saying even inside the trial zone it's dangerous enough, and outside it, nobody can guarantee survival. But Qin Chen stays calm. He says if he doesn't go, Qin Chen cannot recover, and that is enough. After a long silence, Qin Hai finally nods, but tells him to be careful. Qin Chen smiles and says he always is. Then he looks at Yiziking. You come with me? She doesn't even hesitate. They leave the cave together, disappearing into the dark forest. Night in Ming Mountain feels different. The trees are huge, blocking the moonlight. The wind sounds like something breathing, and every shadow looks like a beast waiting to jump out. Yiziking admits she feels a little nervous. Qin Chen laughs and says that's good. Fear means you are alive. He tells her this trip is not only to find herbs, but also to train her, because Huang body cannot grow by fighting weak enemies. Not long after walking, Qin Chen suddenly stops. He smiles slightly and says good. Perfect training target. They climb over a small slope and look down into a valley. Below them dozens of purple wolves gather together. More than 40. 1st grade mid-level spirit beasts. Purple pattern demon wolves. Yiziking takes a breath, but nods. With her current strength, she can handle them. Qin Chen tells her to go. She jumps down immediately, whip in hand. One strike. The whip wraps around a wolf's neck and crushes it instantly. The upgraded green scale whip shines with spirit light, stronger than before after Qin Chen fixed the inscription. The wolves roar and rush at her. She spins, whip flashing again and again, spirit energy turning into sharp blades flying out from the whip. One wolf falls, then another, then another. She smiles. This feels good. This is real fighting. But suddenly, a deeper roar echoes from the back of the pack. The ground trembles slightly. A larger wolf steps forward, much bigger, darker fur, stronger aura. Wolf King! Behind it, several stronger wolves appear, all at 6th level strength. Now the pressure changes instantly. 3 wolves attack from the front, 2 from the side, 1 from behind. Yiziking dodges, whip striking again, but the number is too many. She prepares to kill the Wolf King first. If the king dies, the pack breaks. She swings the whip straight at it, but 2 wolves jump forward and bite the whip, locking it in place. Her arm is pulled tight. At the same time, the Wolf King leaps straight at her throat. Too fast, too close. She lets go of the whip, pulls out her dagger, and prepares to block. Right at that moment, whoosh, a figure flashes in front of her. A short staff shoots forward like lightning. One strike, straight through the Wolf King's throat. Blood sprays. The huge body drops to the ground. Silence. For 1 second, the whole pack freezes. Then the wolves panic and scatter in all directions. Yiziking stands there breathing hard, then looks at the person in front of her. Qin Chen! He casually pulls the staff back and says calmly, not bad, but still too slow. Alright, this chapter gets really interesting, because now Qin Chen runs into something even rarer than spirit beasts. Not enemies, not assassins, not factions, but a creature that almost disappeared from the continent. And of course, the moment he sees it, he immediately knows how to use it. After killing the Wolf King, Yiziking finally relaxes a little, but she still looks embarrassed. She admits she almost fell into the trap of the wolf pack, and if Qin Chen didn't step in, the fight could have become dangerous. Qin Chen wipes the blood from his short staff and says her problem is simple. Not enough battle experience. He explains that the weak point of the purple pattern demon wolf is right under the throat, a few inches below the jaw, and if you hit that spot, even a stronger wolf dies instantly. Yiziking nods, but she also feels shocked. Because Qin Chen killed the Wolf King with 1 strike, even though the Wolf King was stronger than him, it looked like he had done that move thousands of times before. Right when they finish talking, Qin Chen suddenly stops again. His eyes narrow slightly. Yiziking also looks forward, and then she sees something strange. Beside the corpse of the wolf, tiny gray figures appear, each one only as big as a finger. They jump around the body, busy, like they are collecting something. Qin Chen smiles. Interesting. Very interesting. Little soul spirits. He walks forward calmly, and the tiny creatures instantly disappear under the wolf's body like smoke. Content reference OSite 0 index equals 0. Qin Chen stands there and says loudly that the wolves were killed by him and his maid, so the spirit essence belongs to them, and these little soul spirits are just thieves. Immediately, the tiny gray figures jump out again, angry, squeaking loudly, pointing at him like they want to fight. But none of them actually attack. King finally sees them clearly. Tiny heads, tiny arms, tiny legs. They look like bald little children made of smoke. Even when angry, they look cute. Qin Chen keeps provoking them, calling them professional thieves, saying they only know how to steal spirit essence from other people. The little creatures get so angry they jump up and down, but still don't attack. Then Qin Chen says if they don't want to be called thieves, they must help him with something. If they agree, all the spirit essence from the wolves belongs to them. The tiny creatures look at each other, whispering. Then one slightly bigger one steps forward, clearly the leader. Qin Chen says one name, Blood Dragon Purple Ginseng. The leader shakes its head immediately. Qin Chen turns around and says fine, then he will tell the whole world that little soul spirits are thieves. The other spirits panic instantly, pushing their leader forward. After a moment, the leader finally nods. The little spirits quickly absorb the spirit essence from every wolf, then start running ahead, waving for Qin Chen to follow. As they move through the mountains, King asks what these creatures are. Qin Chen explains they are also spirit beasts, but very special. They are born from spirit essence itself, have no attack power, no defense, but they can sense spiritual energy better than anything else. Long ago, they were common, and many cultivators made friends with them to find treasures. But humans got greedy, started capturing them, and now they are almost extinct. That's why even he was surprised to see them here. King laughs and asks why calling them thieves makes them so angry. Qin Chen says because their nature is stealing spirit essence, so being called a thief hurts their pride. The little spirits jump around happily as they lead the way. Soon the sky starts to brighten. They arrive at the foot of a tall mountain. The little soul spirits stop there and refuse to go further. Qin Chen thanks them and says they are not thieves. The tiny creatures jump happily and disappear into the forest. He looks up at the mountain and takes a deep breath. King asks if the blood dragon purple ginseng is really that important. Qin Chen nods. If refined into purple blood spirit pill, it can greatly strengthen the spirit sea. Then he looks higher up the mountain, but that herb is never alone, usually guarded by flame crystal lions. Second grade spirit beasts. At least spirit platform level. King's face changes. Spirit platform, that is a whole realm above them. She asks how they are supposed to fight that. Qin Chen smiles and says they won't fight alone. They wait for a moment. Soon, a blue shadow runs toward them at high speed. King. The lazy bull finally arrives, looking proud, clearly stronger than before. Qin Chen laughs and says the stupid cow must have eaten something good again and leveled up. Then he points at the mountain and says there is even better food up there. King looks at the peak, hesitates, takes a step back. Qin Chen sighs and starts talking about his ancestor Qi Niu, saying the ancient divine beast was fearless, but its descendant is scared of a small lion. The bull snorts angrily, stomps the ground, looks up at the mountain again. Fine, let's go. Qin Chen smiles. Now, the real fight starts. Alright, this chapter is basically a perfect example of Qin Chen playing chess while everyone else is still playing checkers. King thought they came here to fight the purple crystal flame lion, but Qin Chen never planned to fight it at all. After the little soul spirits guide them to the mountain, Qin Chen finally stops near a patch of pale green grass. He crouches down and pulls out several blades of the grass, squeezing them until green liquid drips out. Carefully, he collects the liquid into a small bottle. When the bottle is full, he stands up and waves at King. Come here! She walks over, confused, and before she can ask anything, Qin Chen reaches out and starts touching her face. She freezes, but he calmly tells her not to move. Then he spreads the green liquid over her face, neck, hands, and even her clothes. Soon her blue dress turns green. He does the same thing to himself. Only after finishing does he explain. Now we can go. King's face turns red. She realizes she could have applied it herself, but Qin Chen already did everything without even asking. They continue climbing the mountain, and the higher they go, the hotter the air becomes. Which is strange. Normally mountain peaks are cold, but here, heat flows downward like a furnace. Soon Qin Chen stops again and points forward. A cave entrance appears on the mountain, and in front of it a massive beast. Purple crystal flame lion, more than 10 meters tall, body covered with purple crystal-like fur, eyes burning like fire. second-grade spirit beasts, at least spirit platform level. Yikai immediately grips her whip, but Qin Chen stops her. No need, let Xiao King handle it. The blue bull snorts loudly and charges forward. Immediately the lion roars and the ground shakes. One strike. Xiao King gets sent flying more than 100 meters. But the strange part is he stands up again like nothing happened. His fur stands up like spikes and he charges again. Again he gets smashed away. Again he comes back. After several rounds, the purple crystal flame lion finally gets angry and starts chasing the bull down the mountain. Exactly what Qin Chen wanted. The moment the lion leaves, Qin Chen says one word. Oh! They run toward the cave. But just as they approach, dozens of red snakes crawl out of cracks in the rocks. Red pattern snakes. First-grade high-level spirit beasts. Even one bite could be fatal. Yikai prepares to attack, but Qin Chen stops her again. The snakes look at them then retreat, completely ignoring them. Yikai looks shocked. Qin Chen finally explains. The green liquid they used earlier is actually the urine of those snakes. Now the snakes think they belong here. She stares at him in disbelief. Dehaste, but also impressed. Inside the cave, heat spreads everywhere. Purple light shines from the walls. Then Qin Chen suddenly stops and smiles. Purple crystal origin stones. These stones form when purple crystal flame lions shed their fur over many years. Inside them is powerful fire energy, extremely valuable for refining pills or weapons. He collects more than 100 pieces casually and tells Yikai to take 10. She hesitates. These stones are priceless treasures. Even powerful experts would fight over them. Yet Qin Chen just gives them away like spare coins. After collecting the stones, Qin Chen sits down briefly on a large stone platform. Then he opens his eyes and smiles again. Purple Crystal King seat, the place where the lion sleeps. After years of absorbing spirit energy, it became a cultivation treasure. Sitting on it is almost like training inside a spirit gathering array. He tells Yikai to take it. She is stunned again, because this treasure alone could cause wars in the empire. But Qin Chen already lost interest. Instead, he walks deeper into the cave like someone exploring his own house. Finally, he stops near a clear stream flowing through the cave. There several purple plants shaped like small dragons rest quietly in the water, their roots glowing with blood-like energy. Qin Chen smiles slowly. Purple crystal blood dragon ginseng. Finally found it. Alright, this chapter switches the scene right when everything was going too smoothly. Qin Chen just got the blood dragon purple ginseng, just leveled up. Just finished training, and of course, that's exactly when trouble finds his people. After finding the purple crystal blood dragon ginseng, Qin Chen carefully takes out a jade bottle and stores the plant inside. This thing alone, if sold in the capital, would start at more than 1 million gold. Not to mention the purple crystal origin stones and the purple crystal king seat they already got. Even Yikai can't help feeling shocked. Any one of these treasures could cause a fight between major families. But Qin Chen acts like he just picked vegetables from the market. They leave the cave and go back down the mountain. Below, Xiao King is still fighting the purple crystal flame lion. Actually, not really fighting, more like getting beaten over and over. But the strange part is, no matter how many times the lion smashes him, the bull just stands up again like nothing happened. Finally, the lion gets annoyed, roars angrily, and just leaves. Even a second-grade spirit beast gives up. Qin Chen laughs and calls Xiao King back. Both of them jump on the bull's back and rush away. Soon they find a quiet place and sit down to cultivate. Qin Chen takes out a purple crystal origin stone and starts absorbing the fire energy inside. This time he is not only breaking through, he is also strengthening his pill fire. Time passes. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Inside his body, fire energy spreads through his organs, and the orange-grade pill fire becomes deeper in color. From low orange grade to middle orange grade. At the same time, the Spirit Sea inside him expands again. Spirit Sea 5th level. Qin Chen opens his eyes slowly and breathes out. Breakthrough complete. Yikai looks at him, face slightly red, because she also absorbed several stones and her cultivation improved a lot. Even though she didn't reach the next level, her strength is clearly higher. Qin Chen warns her not to absorb too much fire energy, or her face won't just be red, it will burn. She turns even redder after hearing that. They prepare to leave. Xiao King runs over happily, clearly wanting more stones. Qin Chen sighs and throws him 3 purple crystal origin stones. The bull swallows them whole. Like candy. Yikai just stares. She has seen cows eat grass, never seen cows eat crystal. Qin Chen pats the bull and says let's go. But suddenly his expression changes. He stops moving. Then his eyes narrow slightly. Second brother, something is wrong. He says he feels Qin Hai's aura and something bad is happening. Without another word, he jumps on Xiao King's back and tells him to run. The bull takes off instantly like a blue shadow. Meanwhile, inside the trial area, Qin Hai, Lu Xuan, Zhang Xiaoshui, and Zun Yu stand surrounded by more than 10 disciples. All of them injured, all of them tired. In front of them S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C. He laughs coldly and says they already gave him their marks, but that's not enough. He wants Qin Chen. If Qin Chen doesn't appear, they all die. Qin Hai clenches his fists and says they already handed over the mark, so why keep pushing? S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C sneers. Because he never leaves trouble alive. Lu Xuan shouts that they are going too far. S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C laughs again. Too far? Inside Ming Mountain, killing people is normal. Zhang Xiaoshui can't take it anymore and charges forward with his iron staff. S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C steps forward calmly. One punch. Wind explodes. The staff flies away. Zhang Xiaoshui spits blood and falls to the ground. S letter 1EDF turn K I letter 1EC7T walks forward with a sword, smiling cruelly. He says this time he will kill him personally. The sword rises, straight toward Zhang Xiaoshui's throat. Right at that moment, a cold voice echoes from the forest. Touch him and I'll break your arm first. Alright, this chapter is where everyone finally realizes they seriously underestimated Qin Chen. They thought he was just strong, maybe a little talented, maybe lucky. But nobody expected this guy to casually drop a formation in the middle of the mountain like he's setting up a picnic table. We continue right when Zhang Xiaoshui is about to be killed. S letter 1EDF turn K I letter 1EC7T raises his sword, smiling like he already won, and stabs straight toward Zhang Xiaoshui's throat. What before the blade reaches him, a flash. A streak of light cuts through the air. The light pierces straight through S letter 1EDF turn K I letter 1EC7T's chest and nails him to a tree behind. His body drops. Everyone freezes. S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C's eyes go red instantly, shouting his brother's name, but no one answers. Then a calm voice comes from the forest. I did it. From between the trees, Qin Chen walks out slowly, Yu beside him, Xiao King following behind like nothing happened. Content reference OSite 0 index equals 0 Qin Hai, and the others shout in relief. S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C stares at Qin Chen with pure hatred, but the moment he sees Yu King standing next to him, his anger turns into hesitation. She is spirit C 6th level. Huang body? He is only 5th level. If she moves, he dies. So he starts shouting that Qin Chen only dares to hide behind a woman. Qin Chen laughs and says if you don't have a woman to hide behind, that just means you are even more useless. Then he looked at Yu King and gives one order. Kill! She moves instantly. The whip flashes like lightning, forcing S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C to retreat again and again. Meanwhile, Qin Chen helps Zhang Xiaoshui stand up and calmly says don't worry, whatever they took, they will spit it all out later. But before the fight finishes, more people arrive. Fast? Very fast. Two figures step forward, followed by more than 10 disciples. These stroke letter 183 Hoafan, Viren So Sin, both spirit C6th level, both inner court elites of Fangyuan society. The moment S letter 1EDF and H letter 1EA1C sees them, his face lights up. Now he thinks Qin Chen is finished. D stroke letter 183 Hoafan laughs and says Qin Chen dared to offend Fangyuan society and still acts arrogant. Qin Chen smiles. Perfect timing. He says he hasn't done anything for days. His rank is still at spirit level, so these people can help him level up. That sentence makes everyone angry. Both of them rush forward together. Spirit energy explodes, but Qin Chen doesn't move. He just raises his hand slightly. Inside his sleeve, dozens of spirit marks appear one after another. Not token marks, formation marks. More than 40 of them. In one moment, the marks connect in the air, forming lines of light that twist together like a net. Then boom, the formation drops. May's heart-killing formation. The ground shakes, and the entire area becomes covered by the array. All the enemies get trapped inside. In their eyes, the world changes. Roads everywhere. Paths everywhere. No exit. Their minds start to blur. Their spirit energy becomes chaotic, and they begin attacking randomly, even hitting their own people. Everyone outside stands frozen. Formation Master. This kid is a Formation Master. Inside the Empire, Formation Masters are even rarer than alchemists. On a battlefield, one formation can kill hundreds. Now Qin Chen just placed one casually. He tells Xiao King to guard the edge, and if anyone runs out, kick them back inside. The bull gets excited immediately. Inside the formation, D-stroke letter 183 Hoa Fong and Viren So Sin start panicking. They try to break out, but every direction looks the same. Their attacks hit nothing, or hit each other. Outside, S letter 180 F and H letter 1EA1C finally realizes something is wrong. He turns and tries to run. Qin Chen looks at him coldly. You hit my people and you think you can leave? He raises the short staff. Spirit marks wrap around it. The staff flies out. 2 sounds. 2 holes. Both D-stroke letter 183 Hoa Fong and Viren So Sin fall inside the formation, blood dripping from their foreheads. Thud! The staff spins once and returns to Qin Chen's hand. He looks at S letter 1EF and H letter 1EA1C and says calmly, I don't like causing trouble, but I hate when trouble comes looking for me. Then he steps forward, and S letter 1EF and H letter 1EA1C finally understands. This time he really picked the wrong person. Alright, this chapter feels less like a battle and more like watching someone train in the most insane way possible. Everyone else in Nane Mountain is fighting beasts, fighting enemies, fighting for rank, and Qin Chen is standing next to a river telling people to hit him as hard as they can. And the scary part is he's actually getting stronger from it. After killing S letter 180F and H letter 1EA1C and the others, the smell of blood spreads through the forest. But nobody stays long. Qin Chen looks at the group calmly and says one thing very clearly. If you stay with me, then for the rest of the trial, you train with me. If you're afraid of revenge, you can leave now. Luke Xuan, Zhang Zia Shuai, and Zun Yu all look at each other. They already saw too much. Saw him kill inner court disciples. Saw him use formation. Saw Yi Saiking follow him like it's natural. At this point, leaving would be even more dangerous. Zhang Zia Shuai laughs loudly and says he might come from a mountain village. But he knows Qin Chen is not normal. Otherwise someone like Yi Saiking would never stay beside him. From today on, he says Qin Chen is his boss. Luke Xuan agrees. Zun Yu nods quietly. Qin Chen smiles and says he likes people who decide fast. He tells them one thing. If you are my people, I protect you. If you are my enemy, then I kill you. They collect the marks from all the bodies, and after absorbing everything, all 6 of them reach 3rd rank. Even Qin Chen is surprised. So many marks, only level 3. He laughs and says the academy really knows how to make things difficult. For the next few days, they keep moving through the trial area. Every time they meet spirit beasts, Qin Hai, Luke Xuan, Zhang Zia Shuai, and Zun Yu fight together. Qin Chen almost never moves. He just watches, sometimes gives advice, sometimes says nothing. It feels less like he's training strength and more like he's observing something no one else can see. One afternoon, they stop beside a small river to rest. Qin Chen suddenly stands up and looks at Yi Saiking. Tidmit. Everyone freezes. He repeats it. Use the whip. Tidmit. Zhang Zia Shuai spits out water immediately, thinking he heard something wrong. He even suggests they should leave and give them some privacy. Qin Chen rolls his eyes and tells them to stay and watch. This is training. Nobody understands what kind of training needs a whip, but Yi Saiking doesn't ask. She steps back, raises the whip, and strikes. Cracked! The whip lands on Qin Chen's chest. At that moment, a layer of spirit light appears on his skin, ripples spreading like water. When the light fades, no wound, not even a mark. Everyone stares. Adam, crack! Adam, cracked! Every strike makes the light on his body stronger. Finally, Qin Chen stops her and sits down cross-legged, thinking quietly. After a long time, he opens his eyes and looks at Zhang Zia Shuai. Now you, use the iron staff, full strength. Zhang Zia Shuai almost refuses, saying that stick could break bones. Qin Chen tells him to stop talking and swing. He swings. Oh, the staff hits Qin Chen's shoulder. His body shakes slightly. Then Qin Chen smiles. Yes, this is the feeling. Ada. Strike after strike lands on his body, and every time the spirit energy on his skin becomes thicker. Finally, Zhang Zia Shuai collapses on the ground, completely exhausted, saying he can't move anymore. Qin Chen sits down calmly like nothing happened. Not a single injury on him. Because what he is training is not normal cultivation. He is training a body technique. 100 refinements steel body art. This technique is far stronger than the wind steel body he used before, but the method is simple and brutal. Again and again. Use spirit energy to strengthen the body every time it takes damage. Everything forged like metal. If this technique reaches perfection, then in Spirit Sea realm almost nobody can break his defense. After 9 lifetimes, Qin Chen understands one thing better than anyone. Cultivation without a strong body will always have a limit. so this time he is building the foundation again. From the very beginning. Alright, this chapter is where Qin Chen decides normal training is too slow, too safe, too boring. Everyone else in Ming Mountain is already struggling just to survive, but this guy. He drags his whole team into one of the most dangerous places in the entire mountain range just because he thinks their progress is not fast enough. After several days of fighting spirit beasts, everyone's strength improves a lot, but Qin Chen still looks dissatisfied. His 100 refinements steel body art already reached small success, and now even high-level first-grade beasts can't break his defense anymore. At one point, a high-level demon flame tiger jumps out, roaring like it wants to eat them all. Normally, that beast equals Spirit C 7th level, but Qin Chen just walks forward, swings the short staff once, and crushes its head like breaking a clay pot. Luke Xuan, Zhang Xiaoshui, and the others just stare in silence. They don't even know what to say anymore. Spirit C 5th level beating a beast stronger than 7th level at this point. They just call him monster and move on. After collecting the marks, everyone finally reaches 4th rank. Qin Chen looks at the token and says there is still half a month left, so they need to use the time properly. Gang Xiaoshui laughs and says training with Qin Chen for a few days is already better than months inside the academy. Qin Chen nods and says if they really want to improve fast without leaving hidden injuries, there is a way, but he is not sure they can endure it. Everyone immediately asks what it is. He only says 2 words, "Follow me." They walk deeper into Ming Mountain, far away from the normal trial area. The deeper they go, the more dangerous the atmosphere becomes. Even Yu Ziking's expression turns serious. Then Qin Chen finally says the name of the place, Heaven-Cold Gorge. The moment he says it, Yu Ziking stops walking. She knows this place. Inside the gorge, a waterfall falls from a mountain thousands of meters high, and the cold energy from the peak flows down with the water. The temperature there is so low that even Spirit Sea cultivators cannot endure it for long, and inside the gorge there is also a cold pool colder than ice itself. Even elders warn students never to go there. Qin Chen smiles and says that is exactly why they are going, because the harsher the environment, the better the training. Soon they arrive near the gorge. Even from far away, the sound of the waterfall shakes the ground. Cold wind blows like knives cutting the skin. Everyone feels their bones freezing. But Qin Chen takes out something from his storage ring. A small crystal burning with faint flame. Heaven Fire Spirit Crystal. The moment it appears, the air around them becomes warm. Everyone looks shocked. Heaven Fire is legendary, and this crystal formed from Heaven Fire is even rarer. Qin Chen tells them to hold hands. They form a circle around him. He activates the crystal and his pill fire spreads out, covering everyone. Heat flows into their bodies, pushing away the cold. Their faces turn red, sweat dripping, but they feel alive again. Qin Chen tells them the stronger they endure this heat, the longer they can stay inside the gorge. And the longer they stay, the stronger they become. After a while, he puts the crystal away and walks forward. Inside the gorge, a huge waterfall appears. Hundreds of meters high, water crashing down like a falling mountain. Cold mist everywhere. Just standing nearby makes their legs shake. Tuan NG letter 1 ECDC asks what they are supposed to do here. Qin Chen answers like it's the most normal thing in the world. Stand under the waterfall. Everyone thinks he is joking. The water falls from hundreds of meters. The impact alone could crush bones. Even without the water, the rocks below are so slippery it's hard to stand. They all shake their heads. Impossible. Qin Chen doesn't argue. He just jumps forward. His body lands directly under the waterfall. The water crashes onto him like a hammer. Spray explodes everywhere. For a moment, nobody can even see his figure. Then slowly his silhouette appears inside the falling water. Standing, not moving. Qin Chen looks back at them through the torrent and smiles. Who said it's impossible? Alright, this chapter proves something very simple. Everyone thought standing under the waterfall was impossible until Qin Chen did it like he was taking a shower. And the worst part? After he explains it, it suddenly sounds so easy that everyone starts questioning their own life choices. We continue right after Qin Chen jumps under the waterfall. The water crashes down like a falling mountain, roaring so loud the ground shakes. But his body only trembles for a moment. Then he stands still, feet locked on the slippery stone, back straight, not moving at all. The torrent keeps hitting him again and again, but his body doesn't shift even a little. Everyone outside just stares. Is it really that simple? Yu Ziking refuses to believe it. She runs forward immediately, jumps onto the rock, and steps under the waterfall. She gets smashed straight into the cold pool. The freezing water makes her shiver, but she grits her teeth and climbs back up. And then, again she falls. Luke Xuan shakes his head, saying this is impossible. Zhang Xiaoshui also can't understand. Qin Chen's realm is lower than Yiziking, so why can he stand there like nothing happened? 2 and NG letter 1 ECDC says if Qin Chen said it can be done, then it can. One by one, they all try. One by one, they all fall. And again, and again. Even Qin Hai, whose body carries strong flame energy, still cannot stay standing. Meanwhile, Qin Chen stays under the waterfall the whole time, not even fighting it, just standing there. When the sun sets, he finally walks out, steam rising from his body like he just stepped out of hot water instead of ice. He tells them to rest. They are exhausted. He looks completely fine. Later that night, they sit around the fire outside Heaven Cold Gorge. Yiziking stands beside the fire with her clothes still wet, silent, clearly frustrated. Qin Chen smiles and tells her she doesn't need to force it. Even Huang body can't compare to him. Not Emperor body, not God body. In front of him, all of them still have to train step by step. She wants to argue, but she can't, because what he did today was too ridiculous. Zhang Xiaoshui asks the question everyone wants to ask. How can standing under the waterfall be possible? Qin Chen picks up a smooth stone from the ground. He says the waterfall is not one force. It is made from countless drops of water. Each drop is like a falling leaf. Slow leaf, fast leaf. If fast enough, even a leaf can cut a person. The trick is not to fight the water. It is to follow it. Let the body move with the flow. Become part of the current. He shows the stone. This stone used to be sharp. Now it is round, because the water kept hitting it again and again until the edges disappeared. A warrior's body is the same. If you let the force polish you instead of breaking you, you become stronger every time. They all sit there thinking. The next morning, before anyone wakes up, Yiziking already goes back to the waterfall. She stands on the rock, breath steady, steps forward. The water hits. Her body shakes, but this time she doesn't fall. She stands, perfectly still. Qin Chen arrives and sees her under the waterfall, and even he pauses for a moment. Not bad, very not bad. Huang body is one thing, but understanding this fast, that is talent. Soon the others wake up and see her standing there. Everyone gets shocked. If she can do it, then they can't quit. For the next few days, everyone trains under the waterfall, day after day. Them, cold, verdes, falling, standing again. Qin Chen trains the longest. Every time the water hits his body, spirit energy flows through his muscles, bones, and skin. His 100 refinements steel body keeps improving. Until one day, his aura suddenly changes. Spirit energy surges. Behind his neck, the 6th Spirit Sea forms. Spirit Sea 6th level. At the same time, his body shines faintly. He raises one hand. The waterfall above him trembles. Then the impossible happens. The falling water stops. For a moment, the stream actually flows upward. Everyone outside turns to stone. Even Yiziking falls into the pool from shock. Qin Chen keeps the water reversed for a while, then releases it. The torrent crashes down again. He walks out slowly, light fading from his skin. He clenches his fist and smiles. 100 refinements, steel body complete. Now things are getting interesting. Alright, this chapter is where the training arc ends and the revenge arc officially begins. Qin Chen didn't come to Ming Mountain just to level up. He came to find out who touched his brother. And now he finally gets the answer. After leaving Heaven Cold Gorge, the 6 of them walk out of the valley slowly. Everyone's aura changed. Qin Hai, Luke Xuan, and Zun Yu all reach Spirit Sea 4th level. Zhang Xiaoshui reached 3rd level. Yiziking broke through to 7th. And Qin Chen 6th level, with 100 refinements steel body completed. Just standing there feels dangerous. Qin Chen looks at them and says they stayed long enough in the gorge. Cold energy there is too heavy, and even with heaven fire spirit crystal, staying longer will damage the body. Everyone nods. 5 days of training there already felt like torture. They turn and start walking out of the canyon. But the moment they reach the open ground outside, a cold voice sounds. Finally came out. More than 20 people walk out from the rocks ahead, all wearing the same symbol. Square inside a circle. Yiziking's eyes narrow immediately. Fang Yuan Society, not normal members, high-level members. And the one in front steps forward smiling. Fang Xiu. He says if Yiziking leaves now, they won't stop her. But Qin Chen must stay. Someone already ordered his death. Yiziking steps forward without hesitation and says if she refuses, what then? Fang Xiu's aura spreads. Spirit Sea 7th level. He pulls out a green sword and says this is a middle 2nd grade spirit sword, borrowed from his brother, and he wants to see if Huang body can block it. Qin Chen laughs. He says he doesn't care about square society or round society, and even if Fang Xiu's brother comes, he will tear him apart too. Fang Xiu's face turns cold. He signals with his hand. 4 people rush forward and surround Yiziking. He walks straight toward Qin Chen. He says except for Yi Ziking, nobody here can stop him. Qin Chen steps forward too. Oh, huh, he says good. Because he also has something to ask. Fang Xiu notices his aura and frowns. Spirit C 6th level? He got stronger again? But he still sneers. 6th level is useless. Without reaching spirit platform, nobody can block this sword. He thrusts straight toward Qin Chen's chest. Everyone thinks Qin Chen will dodge. He doesn't. He walks forward. The blade hits his chest. Play. Metal sound. The sword stops. Doesn't go in. Not even a little. Fang Xiu blinks. Then stabs again. Adam. Every time the sword hits, sparks fly, but Qin Chen's skin doesn't even break. His face slowly turns pale. He starts shaking. This sword is worth hundreds of spirit stones. How can it not pierce flesh? Qin Chen grabs the blade with one hand. Twists. The sword flies out of Fang Xiu's hand. In the same motion, the handle slams back into Fang Xiu's chest. Blood sprays. He falls to the ground, eyes wide. Qin Chen steps forward, pulls the sword out, and points it at his throat. Now we can talk. Fang Xiu nods like his life depends on it. Because it does. Qin Chen asks one question. My brother Qin Chen, did you destroy his spirit sea? Fang Xiu shakes his head like crazy. Not me. I only brought him. Liu Qin and Suji did it. Qin Chen's eyes become cold. Oh, Fang Xiu answers immediately. Inner court. Heavenly Sun faction. Suji is spirit C 9th level, competing for a leader position. They attacked Qin Chen to please Ling Tian. Because Heavenly Sun values Ling Tian the most. Always keeps him close, almost like a real brother. Qin Chen hears the name Ling Tian again. His killing intent rises slowly. He says it doesn't matter if it's Heavenly Sun or Emperor. Anyone who touches his people dies. Fang Xiu starts begging. Too late. The sword flashes. Blood sprays. His head rolls. Qin Chen turns. 4 Fang Yuan disciples still fighting Yi Ziking. He moves once. One sword. Just one. 4 lines of blood appear on 4 necks. All fall at the same time. Yi Ziking freezes. That sword too fast. Too clean. No wasted movement. Now she understands why he never liked her sword. Behind them, the remaining Fang Yuan members run in terror. Nobody chases. Nobody needs to. Because everyone knows. This time the real trouble has just begun. Alright, this chapter shows exactly what happens after Qin Chen finally gets the name of the people behind Qin Shan's injury. He doesn't rush. He doesn't panic. He just starts moving forward step by step, but every step he takes, someone is going to die. After killing Fang Xiu, Qin Chen looks at the bodies on the ground and waves his hand casually. He says this should give a lot of spirit marks. He walks to Fang Xiu's corpse and activates the mark. Light rises from the token. Level 5. Even Qin Chen nods. Half a month inside the trial and Fang Xiu already reached level 5. That speed is not slow at all. He absorbs the mark. Immediately the symbol inside his own token begins to change. From level 3 directly to level 6. Everyone around him freezes. Luke Shuan almost drops his weapon. Zhang Xiaoshui laughs like he doesn't believe what he just saw. Level 6? Just from one person? Qin Chen looks at the token and shakes his head. Only level 6. Seems the academy reward this time won't be easy to get. Then he looks at the others and asks why they are still standing there. Take the marks. Enough for all of you to reach level 5. They rush forward immediately. After absorbing the marks, all 4 of them jump from level 3 to level 5. Luke Shuan breathes out deeply and says at least now they can get the academy reward. Qin Chen smiles. Not enough. This time we take the top 10. All of us. Everyone stops moving. Top 10? 6 people? Even dreaming they never dared think like this. He continues talking like he is discussing dinner. Top 10 gives a spirit pill of choice. Level 9 mark lets you choose spirit art and spirit weapon freely. Inside Heavenly God Academy storage, there are still many good things left from the old days. Hearing that, everyone feels their back go cold. Because when Qin Chen talks like this, he is never joking. Qin Hai reminds him that Fang Xiu had a close relationship with Fang Shicheng, one of the leaders of Fang Yuan society. Letting those people escape means trouble later. Qin Chen doesn't care. He says this time he actually wants trouble. Because the more famous the enemy, the higher the mark. He says their next target is Liu Qin and Suji, both from Heavenly Sun faction. Both inner court leaders. 1/8 level, 1 peak 9th level. Even stronger than Zuxing. Luke Shuan swallows hard. Those are people at the top of the inner court. Qin Chen just says one sentence. If they give the mark, they live. If not, we kill them. Nobody answers, because they already know. When he says kill, he means it. The group continues moving through the trial area. They hunt beasts on the way, training while searching. But the area is huge. More than 100,000 disciples inside. Finding one group is not easy. The next morning, when they are about to leave again, they suddenly see many disciples rushing in one direction. Groups of 2, groups of 3, all flying fast. Qin Chen tells Yiziking to stop one and asks. She grabs a 4th level disciple and brings him back. The guy almost looks happy being caught by her. She asks what happened. He says someone found a valley. Inside the valley a spring eye appeared, and the water coming out is 9 origin jade to do. Everyone freezes. That name alone is enough to make cultivators go crazy. The dew can expand the spirit's sea, strengthen the body, even stronger than first-grade pills. Just one drop is priceless. No wonder everyone is running. After the disciple leaves, Qin Chen smiles slowly. We go too. Good treasure, not taking it would be waste. And he says something even colder. Those people we are looking for will definitely go there too. His eyes become sharp. Revenge starts now. Far in the east, inside a huge valley, dozens of disciples stand on the cliffs, staring down. Inside the valley, more than 10 huge beasts stand together. Black and white stripes. Over 10 meters long. Second-grade spirit beasts. Black-white killing tigers. Every one of them at spirit platform level. No one dares move first, because one mistake means death. Among the crowd, Liu Mu stands with Liu Yuan. On the other side, Zuxing is already there, and everyone is waiting. Waiting for the chance. Waiting for the treasure. Waiting for blood. Alright, this chapter is where the battlefield finally explodes. Everyone gathered here for the 9 origin jade dew, but the moment Qin Chen appears, the whole valley stops being about treasure and starts becoming about him. Inside the valley, the situation is tense. More than 1,000 disciples stand around the cliffs, all staring into the center. Deep inside the valley, more than 10 huge spirit beasts are gathered together. Black and white striped bodies, each one over 10 meters long. Second-grade spirit beasts. Black-white killing tigers. Every single one of them has strength at spirit platform level. Even with so many disciples present, nobody dares move first, because rushing in means dying first. Behind those tigers, inside a crack in the valley wall, drops of milky white liquid slowly fall into a stone trough. 9 origin jade dew. Just looking at that white liquid makes people's hearts burn. Even one drop can expand the spirit's sea and temper the body again. Stronger than most first-grade pills. No wonder thousands of disciples rushed here. Among the crowd, several powerful groups are already waiting. One side belongs to Liu clan disciples. Their leader, Liu Mu, stands calmly while Liu Yuan stands beside him, eyes full of hatred. Not far away, Zuxing also arrived, one of the top 10 experts of the inner court, member of the Heavenly Sun faction. Standing beside him is Chu Ningxi, smiling sweetly but hiding sharp ambition. She tells Zuxing that if he can get the 9 origin jade dew for her, she will fully support him to become the leader of inner court disciples. Zuxing laughs loudly, because Chu Ningxi's relationship with Ling Tian is well known. Winning her support means gaining influence inside Heavenly Sun faction. But before anyone moves, a sharp sound cuts through the air. Another group arrives, leading them Liu Can. The moment Zuxing sees him, his expression becomes ugly, because Liu Can is close to Su Ji, and if Su Ji appears too, then today's fight will become much more complicated. Liu Can lands and smiles casually. He immediately greets Chu Ningxi, saying if she wants the jade dew, he will help her get it, and he warns her not to trust Zuxing. The two of them start arguing the moment they meet. Their killing intent fills the valley, but nobody moves yet, because those black-white killing tigers are still guarding the valley. Meanwhile, whispers spread among the crowd. Someone says the tigers normally live in hot areas. Someone says they probably gathered here because something inside the valley attracts them. Someone even suggests using purple crystal origin stones to lure them away. But everyone knows nobody is crazy enough to break into a purple crystal flame lion nest to steal those stones. The atmosphere grows heavier and heavier. Then suddenly, more figures arrive from the ground. 6 people, leading them a calm young man. Beside him stands a girl so beautiful that even in a crowd of thousands, she still draws every eye. Qin Chen, Yiziking. The moment they appear, a voice screams, Qin Chen, Liu Yuan. Her face turns red with anger. For days the Liu faction searched for him and failed, and now he just walks into the valley himself, like he is asking to die. From another direction, Zuxing also notices him. He turns to Chu Ningxi and asks if she wants him killed now, but Chu Ningxi stops him. Let Liu Yuan's people move first. She wants to watch, because her hatred for Qin Chen has never disappeared. Meanwhile, Qin Chen looks around calmly. Then his eyes land on Liu Yuan. He smiles slightly. Last time the crown prince spanked you in public. Did that leave a deep impression? The whole crowd gasps. Liu Yuan's face turns completely red. This was the biggest humiliation of her life, and Qin Chen just exposed it again in front of everyone. She almost explodes. Liu Mu steps forward coldly. He says if Qin Chen kneels now, apologizes to Liu Yuan, and destroys his own cultivation, he might spare his life. Qin Chen doesn't even let him finish. Just that sentence alone, I could kill you 100 times. The killing intent in Liu Mu's eyes explodes. He says Qin Chen must be tired of living. Qin Chen just sits down on a rock at the valley entrance. Like a spectator, he waves his hand casually. Tight game, don't hold back. Yiziking steps forward instantly. Green scale whip cracks like thunder. Liu Mu's face changes immediately. Spirit C 7th level. He didn't expect her strength to rise so fast. But before that fight finishes, Liu Yuan shouts another order. Wu Kang, kill him. A tall man carrying a heavy blade rushes toward Qin Chen. Spirit C 7th level. Killing intent blazing. Qin Chen sighs. Just arrived and already no time to rest. He stands up slowly. A short staff appears in his hand. Today I will use this dog-beating staff to teach you what it means to not know your place. He steps forward. Spirit energy surges. Spirit C 6th level. Across the valley, Chu Ningxi's face suddenly changes. Because Qin Chen just became stronger again. Alright, this chapter is where everyone in the valley finally understands something very clearly. Qin Chen is not just arrogant. He is the kind of arrogant that comes from knowing nobody here can actually stop him. And the moment Liu Clan sends a stronger fighter, the result still doesn't change. We continue right after Liu Kang rushes toward Qin Chen with the heavy blade. The blade falls straight down, full power, aiming to split him in half. Everyone thinks Qin Chen will dodge. He doesn't. He swings the short staff casually. Hi! The heavy blade stops in the air, not blocked by a spirit weapon, blocked by a wooden stick. The sound alone makes people's ears ring. Liu Kang's arm shakes violently. He feels like he didn't hit a person. He hit a mountain. Before he can react, Qin Chen steps forward. Another strike. Crack! The blade in Liu Kang's hand splits apart. That weapon was a mid-first grade spirit weapon. Broken. Just like that. His face turns pale. He tries to step back. Too late. The staff sweeps sideways. A sharp bone-breaking sound echoes. Liu Kang's neck twists unnaturally, and his body falls to the ground without even a scream. Qin Chen doesn't even look at him again. He just takes the mark. Light flashes. His level 6 mark grows brighter. Everyone watching feels their throat go dry. This guy killed a 7th level like killing a chicken. Not far away, Liu Mu is fighting Yi Ziking, but when he sees Liu Kang's body fall, his expression changes instantly. He was already struggling against Yi Ziking. Now he starts to panic. On the other side, Liu Yuan finally loses her courage. She holds her sword with trembling hands while Qin Chen slowly walks toward her. You wanted to kill me before, right? His voice is calm. Too calm. She steps back again and again, shouting that her brother Liu Kaiyuan is the founder of Liu faction, one of the spirit sons of the academy. If Qin Chen kills her, Liu Kaiyuan will skin him alive. Qin Chen laughs, not loud, just enough to make everyone uncomfortable. He says even if her brother comes, even if the heavenly son himself comes, the person he wants to kill nobody can save. His eyes briefly glance toward Chu Ningxi standing beside Zuxing. That look alone makes her heart jump. Right then, another voice sounds. Code, Chub, Sao. A group of disciples walks forward. Leading them is a young man with a calm but heavy aura. Liu Zhao. Inner court. Spirit C8th level. The moment Liu Yuan sees him, she almost cries in relief. Now Qin Chen is finished. Liu Zhao looks at Qin Chen and says Liu Kaiyuan originally didn't want to deal with him personally. But since Qin Chen killed Liu faction disciples today, he cannot leave. His aura spreads. Shrug. Everyone nearby feels pressure on their chest. Because in Spirit C realm every level difference is huge. But Qin Chen just smiles. He says when he was roaming the world, Liu Zhao was probably still swimming as a tadpole. That sentence makes Liu Zhao's face turn red instantly. He draws his sword. A sharp 2nd grade spirit sword. He says body techniques are useless. Under his sword, everything is nothing. He slashes. Sword energy flies straight toward Qin Chen. Qin Chen doesn't move. Spirit energy rises around his body. 100 refinements steel body. Light spreads across his skin like a thin armor. The sword hits. Sparks explode. Everyone's eyes widen. Qin Chen grabs the blade with his bare hand. Their hand, grabbing spirit sword. Liu Zhao tries to pull back. The sword doesn't move. It feels glued to Qin Chen's hand. Qin Chen shakes his head slowly. Your sword technique looks ugly. He twists his wrist. The sword bends. Not slightly. Completely twisted like a rope. a second-grade spirit sword bent by hand. People around forget how to breathe. Qin Chen steps forward, hand turning into claw, ready to strike. Right at that moment, a loud shout echoes across the valley. Stop! And the pressure in the air changes instantly. Alright, this chapter turns the whole valley into complete chaos. Everyone came here for the 9 origin Jade Dew, but the moment the fighting starts, nobody cares about rules anymore. Blood everywhere, people dying everywhere, and in the middle of all that, Qin Chen just walks forward like he's shopping at the market. Right after Liu Zhao dies, more people rush into the valley. Leading them is a young man carrying a long sword on his back. Calm face, strong aura. Liu Qingchang. Inner court top 10. Spirit C 9th level. The moment Zhu Xun sees him, he laughs and says now the show is getting interesting. Because Liu Qingchang is the leader of Liu faction inner court disciples and Liu Zhao and Liu Kang were both his people. Qin Chen killing them means this fight just became much bigger. Xu Ningxi also smiles coldly, saying Qin Chen is too arrogant. Even if his talent returned, he should know when to endure. Qin Chen doesn't care at all. He just looks at Liu Qingchang like looking at another mark waiting to be taken. Liu Qingchang looks at the two bodies on the ground, face dark. Those two took years of training to reach 7th and 8th level. Now, both dead. All because of one person. Li Yuan immediately shouts for him to kill Qin Chen. She wants him to die without a grave. Liu Qingchang sighs, saying Liu Kaiyuan originally didn't want to deal with Qin Chen personally, but now things are different. Qin Chen smiles. Who offended who we will see. The tension rises. Everyone thinks the fight will start any second. But suddenly someone shouts. The black-white killing tigers moved. Everyone turns. Inside the valley, the group of second-grade beasts begins walking toward the spring. The flow of 9 origin Jade Dew stops dripping. All the tigers gather around the stone trough, licking the white liquid excitedly. For them, this treasure is even more valuable. This scene instantly changes everyone's attention. Even Liu Qingchang stops moving. Because if they don't act now, the Jade Dew will be gone. He snorts coldly and tells Qin Chen he is lucky. Live a little longer. Then he leads Liu faction disciples into the valley. Zuxing moves too. Liu Qin moves too. All the big factions start entering at the same time. More than 1,000 disciples follow behind. The moment they get close, the black-white killing tigers roar, loud enough to shake the cliffs. But nobody stops. Because the treasure is right there. Soon the fighting explodes. Dozens of disciples rush one tiger. Still not enough. People get bitten in half. Claws tear bodies apart. Blood spreads across the ground. Screams everywhere. But nobody retreats. Because behind the tigers the 9 origin Jade Dew is shining. Zuxin, Liu Qingchang, and Liu Qin don't waste time fighting the beasts. They lead their people straight toward the spring. Yiziking watches the scene, face pale. Even she feels the pressure. Second-grade beasts. Top inner court experts. More than 1,000 disciples. This is not a fight. This is a battlefield. She turns to Qin Chen. What do we do? He smiles. Simple. We go take it. Everyone freezes. Take it. Just like that? Those tigers are killing people like grass. Even top 10 experts are being careful. But Qin Chen already starts walking straight into the valley. No hesitation. No hiding. Yiziking follows him immediately. Zhang Xiaoshui grits his teeth. If we die, we die. The others follow too. They walk through the battlefield. People are too busy fighting to notice them. The closer they get to the spring, the stronger the smell of blood becomes. Bodies everywhere. Broken weapons. Blood flowing across the rocks. They reach within 10 steps of the 9 origin Jade Dew. Then suddenly, a heavy smell of blood blocks their path. The air becomes cold. Even Qin Chen stops. Because something is coming out. Alright, this chapter is honestly wild. Because while everyone else is risking their lives fighting second-grade spirit beasts, Qin Chen walks up to the strongest one and starts negotiating like he's buying vegetables at a market. And somehow it actually works. We continue right when Qin Chen and the others reach the deepest part of the valley. Right in front of them stands a black-white killing tiger, blocking the path completely. Zhang Xiaoshui and Luke Xuan both swallow hard. Second-grade spirit beasts. Strength equal to spirit platform realm. One mistake and they die instantly. But Qin Chen just smiles. He looks at the tiger and says calmly, "Little tiger, let's talk." Everyone behind him almost falls over. Oh, with his second-grade spirit beast, he continues like nothing is wrong. He says the 9 origin Jade Dew is not very useful for the black-white killing tigers, but for humans it is extremely valuable. So how about a trade? He raises his hand. A purple crystal appears in his palm. Purple crystal origin stone. The moment the crystal appears, even the tiger's eyes change. Luke Xuan and the others are completely stunned. Where did he even get that now? The tiger growls, but the sound becomes lower. Qin Chen keeps smiling and says the two big ones behind must be the leaders, so go ask them. The tiger actually turns around and runs back. Everyone behind Qin Chen stops breathing. This is not a fight anymore. This is gambling with their lives. Soon, 3 huge black-white killing tigers walk over. 2 in front, 1 behind. The aura alone makes the air heavy. Their mouths smell of blood, eyes locked on Qin Chen. But he still stands there with hands behind his back like he is on a walk. Then he says something that makes even the beasts freeze. You better not attack. If the Manhua fruit inside your body bursts, the pain will be worse than death. The 2 tiger leaders suddenly stop moving. Their eyes change. Qin Chen continues calmly. Manhua fruit grows fast, smells good, helps spirit beasts grow faster. But inside it lives Manhua worms, tiny parasites that love the blood near the heart. You swallowed the fruit. So now the worms are inside you. That's why you gathered here. You thought 9 origin Jade Dew could ease the pain. But it can't. The valley becomes silent. Even the people far away feel something wrong. Qin Chen raises the crystal again. Give me the Jade Dew. I give you purple crystal origin stones, and I cure you. The 2 tiger leaders look at each other. Behind Qin Chen, everyone's back is soaked in sweat. This is not negotiation. This is suicide. After a long moment, the 2 tigers growl softly. Agreement. Qin Chen walks forward, even pats the huge claw like greeting an old friend. Duh! He turns back and waves. Why are you still standing there? Take the Jade Dew. Qin Hai and the others walk forward carefully, passing right between the 2 giant beasts. Their legs feel weak. They reach the stone trough. 7 gourds full of 9 origin Jade Dew. Tava, exactly enough. Qin Chen says 1 each for you. 2 for me. Nobody argues. Nobody dares. This treasure alone could make inner court disciples fight to death, and he just gives it away. He throws 14 purple crystal origin stones on the ground. The tigers swallow them immediately. Then he says he can remove the Manhua worms, but they must agree to 1 more condition. A strange smile appears in his eyes. Far away, Zuxin, Liu Qingcheng, and Liu Qin are still fighting the beasts. They suddenly notice something. Qin Chen already got the Jade Dew. Without fighting, without injury, just talking. Zuxin almost explodes in anger. Liu Qingcheng's face turns dark. Liu Qin says nothing, but his eyes become cold. They finally retreat from the valley, because the treasure is gone. Outside the valley entrance, all the big factions stop. Widen, Wacheng, because they all know Qin Chen will come out, and when he does, this fight won't be about Jade Dew anymore. Inside the valley, Qin Chen doesn't care at all. He looks at the bodies everywhere and laughs. Why are you still standing there? Every corpse has a mark. Take them. We level up again.